Hello, students. Have you ever wondered what is the most challenging part of teaching? Well, for me, it is the classroom management. Why is that so? I put a picture of a teacher here, and she looks like confused or getting headache even because I think it's because she needs to face her classroom. But don't worry, teaching is not that hard. Okay, teaching is not that scary. But anyway, let me share my worst experience. It was my first experience when I taught a senior high school, like 7 years ago. And back then, I didn't have any experience of teaching senior high school or teaching formal school because uh, when I took my teaching practicum, I didn't choose to be uh, I didn't choose the formal school because I didn't want to be a teacher back then. Well, anyway, my calling and my passion leads me back to teaching. But then uh, I was 24 and I'm still young. I was still young back then. And uh, when the students didn't pay attention to me, I got angry. So, can you guess what did I do? Well, I banged the eraser to the whiteboard and then I went out of the classroom. I know it's not wise. And when I remember this right now, I think it was so childish. And yes, my students also think that way. So one of my students, uh, she met me in the teacher's office and she said to me, "Well, miss, if you did that, then my friends, my classmates, will just be happy because you are not there and they are free from their tasks and assignments from the lesson." Oh, all right. So right after that time, I started to learn more about classroom management and also self management because I know that I need to manage my ego, manage myself as well as a teacher. So it won't affect my relationship with my students. Well, that was my experience. Hopefully, when you become a teacher, and I am really glad that some of you wants to be a teacher. Uh, Hopefully, you will get more experience, more unexpected experience, happy, worse, bad, and because when you are teachers, when you teach, then uh, you will likely to have unexpected experience. The case might be similar, but the problem solving, the solutions may be different. All right. So, what is actually classroom management? According to Scrivener, classroom management is creating the conditions in which learning can take place. And supports for that, Harmer also said that classroom management is doing anything necessary to make sure the lesson is success. So you see, creating the condition in which learning can take place. It supports learning. It supports learning to make sure this lesson is success. And according to Ibu Gita Hastuti, according to her free interpretation, classroom management is managing the classroom and related aspects so that learning can take place well enough. So, classroom management will affect your teaching because yeah, you you have to make your teaching successful, right? But is it easy? Hmm. See, yeah. Why is it important? Some of the key factors are the teacher's attitude. Well, in my experience, what do you think about my attitude? Bad, isn't it? Bad, right? Yeah, I agree with you. Whenever I remember those, uh, my first experience as a teacher, I was very uh, ashamed of that because I think I was so childish as a teacher. So, as a teacher, you need to be wise. And whatever level you are teaching, then you need to be wise with your attitude because it will affect your students as well. And the teacher's intention. Your students will know what is your intention. Whether you are sincere or not, whether you are happy or not, they will can get it easily. And the teacher's personality. Well, you may not uh, change your personality, but uh, it will affect your teaching. And if you think that uh, one of your attitude is not good enough to be a role model for your students, then you need to train it, you need to manage it. Yeah, I'm not saying this because I can do that because I think I am good enough, but because I also learn it. I also try my best to manage myself so I can be a good role model for my students. Okay, because it will affect the teacher learner relationship. Believe me, when you want your lesson to be successful, you need to maintain a good relationship with your students. When they like you, when they love you, then um, they're willing to learn. They're willing to do the assignments. But when they are not, they didn't like you, then it will likely that they will ruin your class. Okay, so yeah, the next one is important. The next one are the next ones. The next points are important, but uh, it can be learned. However, uh, the factor before should involve your self management as well. So the next thing is teachers' organizational skill. So it's important for you to organize, to manage, to have a skill and management. Teacher's technique. Well, if you are learning about method, then yeah, you have to vary your technique, teaching technique. Now, okay. I want you to stop this video right now and watch a bit as an excerpt of this movie, Freedom Riders. It is available in Schoology, on Schoology. So it's on discussion and there's an instruction there. Okay, see you later on the next video.